Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Ches here, the lab coat's on back order, and it's Monday, May 8th, which means it's time for another one of our now bi-weekly, it seems, Pokemon news update video thingies here on the channel. Of course, first thing to mention, as always, is I've got myself a couple of booster packs I'll be opening up, but I'm going to take you back to the past. We got a Furious Fist and Phantom Forces booster pack to open up. Currently not standard legal, although some of the trainer cards are. However, of course, they're still expanded legal, so if you're interested in getting the code cards out of these booster packs once I open them up, stay tuned towards the end of the video for a question of the day, which you can get involved with by answering and leaving a hashtag QOTD in your comment. And when I open these packs, I'll have the code cards to the side, and then on Sunday, May 13th, I think? 12th. Anyway, this coming Sunday, I'll be giving those code cards out to people that answer the question of the day. So the first thing to mention is, I'll mention the previous news update video thingies question of the day. Question was, what is your favorite trainer card in Pokemon TCG? And as a sub-question of that was, if you don't play TCG, what is your favorite item card? But the two winners did talk about trainer cards in TCG, so we'll just talk about that. Now, admittedly, I forget which commenter received which booster pack. Also, I forget which booster packs I opened up. I think it was Fates Collide and Sun and Moon. But anyway, the two winners, first one is Unknown Spike, who says, my favorite trainer cards are Full Art Giovanni's Scheme, because the two effects, and you choose which one you need. I do like that too, having two different effects of a card, like the new, Rescue Stretcher, I think, in Guardians Rising. You get an option of what you want to do. Full Art Pokemon Ranger is also one of my favorites because you can remove the effects of attacks. I also like their design and their usefulness. Keep up the good work, and thank you, Unknown Spike, I will do just that. So congratulations on winning one of those code cards, and the other winner was Ice King 688, both of which are regular viewers on the channel. And Ice King 688 says, my favorite trainer card is the Full Art N I just got from Versus Ladder, this is about a week ago, a couple days ago, because it can give you a fresh hand and really mess up your opponent. And have you ever been in the situation, you're starting up, you have a basic Pokemon in your first 7 cards, the opponent mulligans like 17 times, which is, as I pretend to say, or I joke to say, is the record. But anyway, and you draw all those extra cards, you got a hand of like 50-some cards, you're like, I'm gonna win this, and then they end you. That's a pretty interesting situation to be in. I actually like N. Like, I've heard people really dislike it because of how disruptive it is. A lot of times I'm sitting there with a hand of cards that I can't fully make use of, and I'm like, if only I could get a new hand like Sycamore or get my own Judge or something like that. The opponent plays N. I'm like, thank you! I need a different card. So I find for me, often N works in my favor when the opponent plays it. But admittedly, yes, I can see how it can be disruptive. So anyway, congratulations to Ice King 688 and Unknown Spike for winning those code cards from the last video. Now the other thing to mention is, of course, if you missed it last week, unfortunately, it's already done now, but we did have the Guardians Rising pre-release video at Heroes Beacon for our Pokemon League event, and I did finally sit down and give out the code cards to people. There's still a few that I'm waiting on some contact info from, but I'm just going to read off the names. I'm not going to read every single comment because there's, 10 code cards I think to give out, so 10 comments is a little excessive, but I will just say it seems that Tapu Lele was a front runner for people's favorite cards that they want to get from this new set. And after getting one in the pre-release, or not pre-release video, but in my first Guardians Rising Standard Deck video that I put up on Saturday, I can see why Tapu Lele GX is a pretty important card. The attack is amazing, the ability is amazing, and it has no weakness, which blew my mind when I first saw that. Everything has a weakness, except occasionally Sableye and Spiritomb, but there's no weakness, because, like, technically it should have a metal weakness, because there's nothing that resists it, for its typing, but they gave it no weakness, which I'm okay with. It's a very decent, very powerful card. So the winners of the code cards from the pre-release video were the Guardians Rising pre-release box. Make sure I can read this name right, because I'm kind of bad sometimes at reading names properly. And the problem with this is I only wrote down the first and last names, but I want to make sure everyone gets their full time to shine here on the channel. Winner of the full pre-release, or I shouldn't say pre-release box, but the 22 card pack and the foil promo card was a viewer named Christian Andre Pereira Castellano. Now, I say all the time, I probably just destroyed that name, and if I did, I apologize, but I did the best, and hopefully you know who you are, everyone else knows who you are, and you got that 22 card pack, and as you said in a comment, I believe, you got the promo Sandslash, which I was hoping to get out of my own promo card, because let me tell you a good way to work with that Sandslash. With the Slash Rush ability, you draw a card each turn. Use Swampert with the Diving Search ability from Primal Clash expansion. It lets you search your deck for any card you want, shuffle the deck, and put that chosen card on top. Sandslash then lets you draw that card. Every turn, you can take any one card you need. I like that. That's some draw support to the max right there. Anyway, the winners of the Guardians Rising booster packs, we had Josiah Guerrera, Samson 7854, Symboic, and Guinea Pigs. Now, I also had 5 booster packs of the basic Sun and Moon set, and those winners were Brawlhalla, Nathaniel Jaffe, Unknown Spike, we have Cheese Double the Cat, and Lawrence McGee. So, congratulations to everybody for winning those code cards, and if you haven't gotten a message from me yet, I'll leave a message in the comment in response to what you left as a comment for the QOTD, and I'm asking you for contact info, how I can email it to you, I can Twitter it to you, something like that, because YouTube, like, you have to have a certain Google account to be able to send and receive messages through YouTube. Usually that's how I will send the codes out, but if I have no way to contact just yet, I'm just asking for some information, and I think as of recording this, Symboic has left a comment how to contact them. I'll do that as soon as I'm done recording this, of course. But with that out of the way, there's a few important noteworthy things to mention in the world of Pokemon. Now, this is something, I'm getting all sidetracked. There's just something big to mention, and it's something that I can't help but feel a more well-versed and more, in the scene channel should talk about, and I'm sure they're going to, but I also want to throw my own comments out there because it's kind of an interesting change to how Pokemon TCG rulings are going to go. But first things first, let's get the images ready to roll over here. So, the first thing I'm going to mention is there's a new symbol being added to alternate artwork cards. We've seen before, some cards are being sort of re-released as Black Star promo cards, and by having the exact same attacks, like the same card text of HP, retreat, attack text, stuff like that, it allows for the older cards that are normally rotated out of the standard format. In fact, let me move more to the side. I'm probably blocked a little bit. There we go. But it allows for cards from outside the standard expansion to be standard legal because of the new Black Star promo number that it has. For example, they say like Yveltal EX that came out with a shiny in one of the tins. It allows for the Yveltal EX from base set with the X-Ball attack. That is now legal still in standard as well. So what they're deciding to do now is they're adding a new symbol onto alternate artwork cards, as you can see in the image. They're adding an A. I guess A stands for alternate, but no, it actually doesn't because there's going to be something else to mention there. Essentially, they're doing this so that if a card is no longer standard legal, the alternate artwork is not going to have a Black Star promo number to it. It's going to have the same collector number, the same expansion symbol, just with the letter A, or B, or C, if other different artworks are coming out later on for that. So this is going to make sure that certain cards that might be overpowered in the standard format cannot be used in standard. They can still be in expanded and unlimited, of course, but depending on what the expanded format, the expanded format allows for as far as expansions go, but it's going to be interesting to see how this kind of affects things. So, like, everything that's been released as a Black Star promo up until now is still going to be usable in standard until that part gets rotated out. But future re-release cards with new artwork will not be standard legal if their original card is not standard legal. Interesting to see how things are going to play out with that. Now, another quick little thing to mention as far as Pokemon TCG. As you can see here, Collector Pin 3-pack blisters are now available. I think they're out now. I think May 5th it said. You get 3 booster packs, of course, and from what I saw, it looked like Steam Siege, Evolutions, and Sun and Moon base set. You also get one of 3 collector pins featuring the legendary beasts of the Johto region, either Entei, Raikou, or Suicune. So if you want to pick up some cards and get a cool collector's pin for one of your favorite legendary beasts of Johto, that's the way to do it. Now then, this is the thing that I felt a bigger channel and a more well-versed channel should talk about, but I'm going to mention this myself anyhow. There's some rule changes coming up. You know what? Actually, the alternate card thing was one of those things too. But this is kind of something along the lines in that vein. So, some rule changes coming up effective May 19th, 2017 in Pokemon TCG. Now, no new cards have been banned as of yet. Shiftry from Next Destinies, I think it is, and Lysandre's Trump card, they are still banned, of course, in the standard or rather expanded format. But there's other cards that are currently being monitored, which they think might be some issues, but they haven't made any calls yet as whether or not to ban those cards. But they haven't said what those cards are yet either, so we just gotta wait and see what happens. But currently, no new bans, but a new sort of effect is coming into play. When a card refers to any effects, it does not include effects to weakness and resistance. It's a change that happened in Japan, apparently, and since that's, Japanese way of playing, they're adopting it worldwide for Pokemon TCG. So it says a few examples like Bruxish from the Sun and Moon base set. Psychic Fang says it's not affected by the damage is not affected by any effects on the opposing Pokemon. So it gave an example of Incineroar. If Incineroar, normally weak to water, would take double damage to 180, it does not take extra damage if it's holding Weakness Policy, because Weakness Policy provides no weakness. It's an effect given to Incineroar to eliminate the weakness, which means Psychic Fangs would still do, or it would only do 90, because the any effects thing no longer includes things like Weakness Policy. So anything that affects weakness and resistance, and an attack that says is not affected by any effects, weakness and resistance is still going to apply, which is kind of interesting. I don't know exactly why they did that, but there must be a reason, of course. If they started in Japan, they must have been seeing some stuff going on in the new meta that has been affecting things. So it's a worldwide change, effective on May 19th. Now, a few more things to mention as far as video games go. I guess I'll mention the quicker thing first. Starting on May 15th and going until June 5th, you can pick up a special Lycanroc code from GameStop stores in the United States, and I would assume EB Games here in Canada. And this Lycanroc is kind of unique in the fact that first of all, it's a Midnight form. That doesn't make it unique. You can get Midnight form anywhere. But it has the No Guard ability, which says, of course, all moves will have full accuracy when hitting the opponent. But it also means that it's going to have full accuracy when attacks are coming in at Lycanroc Midnight form. So that's... I've always been sort of iffy about No Guard. I really don't like how it's Mega Pidgeot's ability. I would have preferred something like Gale Wings or something like that, but... Anyway, you do get this by getting a code card, and as I say, from May 15th until June 5th, you can pick up this code card from your local GameStop/EB Game stores. Of course, once you get your code, you go, take your game, connect to the internet, or rather, first go to Mystery Gift, and then get via code. You'll connect to the internet then. Enter your code, you'll download yourself this No Guard Lycanroc, which also comes holding a Life Orb I forgot to mention, and forgot to write down, I believe. Nope, I wrote it down. I just didn't mention it. Anyway, you get a Life Orb too, so if you don't want to spend all those battle points to pick up a Life Orb in Pokemon Sun or Moon, that's a free way to get one, just by stopping at your local GameStop or EB Game store. Now then, the next big mention is, we just recently came to the end of the International Challenge April here on the channel. I kinda bombed, but I did earn my right to get those Mega Stones available. Haven't gotten them just yet. I've been checking Pokemon Global Link to see when they are going to be released, but as of right now, currently still waiting for those Mega Stones to come out. But they've announced the next International Challenge for May. I'm going to get involved in this one as well, not only for video content on the channel, but because there are 3 more Mega Stones being given out by participating in this competition. Those are Tyranitarite, Abomasite. I don't care about those. I don't have any of those Pokemon, but Manectite. I do have a Manectric, Scruff from my Hoenn team. I need that Manectite. I need Mega Manectric. She is so good when I use the Mega Evolution with Intimidate ability and then Snarl. Lower both the opponent's attack stats by 1 stage. Very cool stuff. So you're going to be able to get these by competing in the International Challenge for May. Registration for... Let's try that again. Registration for this starts on Wednesday, May 17th, and the competition period goes from Friday, May 26th until Sunday, May 28th. Of course, you can do 15 battles per day, and in addition to getting these Mega Stones by competing, you can earn championship points as well. Again, that's not something that really affects me that much. I'm not into the competitive side to try to earn points and play. Maybe I should do that eventually at some point. Later on this week, we're going to have a video with an interview that I did with one of the players at our Pokemon League at Heroes Beacon, someone who's going to regionals. It's going to be a pretty cool interview to see how things are starting from our small area here, and himself and another player also going up to, it's in Toronto, Ontario, I believe they said, and competing in regional championship, which is going to be pretty cool. But that's, of course, another way to get championship points. Again, for me, I'm just more interested in just that one Mega Stone, not even really the 3 of them, but I want the Manectite. So that's coming up in May. I'm going to take everything I think I learned from International Challenge April and see if I can prepare accordingly. You know what I learned from the International Challenge April? Garchomp. Garchomp's everywhere. And a lot of Tapu, and I didn't see as many Ultra Beasts as I would have thought. So I'm going to see if I can prepare for Garchomp in a way. Definitely want to add some Ice and Fairy type attacks to the team. Other than just on Sonata and the Primarina, of course. But I believe that's going to be a wrap for the news. Make sure I didn't miss anything important to mention. So with all that done, let's come right back to the screen here. I am preparing to open up these older packs. And again, if you're not really interested in the cards in these packs, now first of all, trainer cards could still be usable. But if you get these codes, you can actually trade a full pack online, unopened, for whatever you're asking for in exchange, which is really neat with that. You can, it's like in real life, if you offer someone this whole pack, can I have your Pokemon EX? I'll give you this. And some people would do it. What I think is kind of crazy, some people have, I'm not even centered, there we go. Some people have packs from way back in the earliest sets of the first cards that came out that are still unopened. And I've heard that those can sometimes be more valuable than whatever cards you happen to find out of them, because it's the mystery, you know, you don't know what's in here. But I want to find out what's in here, see if I can get some cool stuff. Versus Seeker is in the Phantom Forces expansion. So, let me grab my scissors. I'm going to start, of course, with the earliest set here, Furious Fists, which was a big mention they made about the alternate star cards now, or the alternate artwork cards. It said Mega Lucario, the new version of that, is going to have an A on it. It's going to have the Furious Fist symbol and expansion number, so that's not standard legal. Why did they have to make a big deal about poor Mega Lucario? I don't know. Just they had to make an example of somebody, I suppose. So, of course, for your chance to win, I should stop pointing the scissors at you guys. I know it's just a video, but there's some sort of threatening imagery there. Anyway, for your chance to win one of the code cards from the booster packs that I open up momentarily, just answer this question of the day and include hashtag QOTD in your comment with the answer. And on Sunday, May 14th, I'll be doing a drawing of people that have answered the question, have a chance to win one of these 2 code cards for Pokemon TCG Online. Question is, this is one that I was trying to think, what can I ask for a question? And this came to mind. It's something I thought about myself a lot. If you could create a new trainer card in Pokemon TCG, what would it be? As you've seen many times, I'm sure, trainer cards tend to be what fuels a deck. You can have a lot of cool Pokemon, a lot of energy cards, maybe special energy. If you don't have the trainer cards to find those cards quickly, you can be just steamrolled by the opponent. So, trainer cards are very, very important, of course. I've thought along the way that, just sort of on a whim, what if they made a stadium card, like something like, you know, LAN, like Local Area Network, that says both players on each turn can play as many supporter cards as they like. That would be game-breaking, I'm sure. Could you imagine going through 4 Sycamores in a single turn and just getting all those cards that you need? But seriously, what I would really like to see for trainer cards regarding the possible, eventual, probably inevitable inclusion of Ultra Beasts in Pokemon TCG, I want to see some sort of thing like an Ultra Wormhole Stadium. You know, each player can only play an Ultra Beast card if the stadium's in play. Or, alternatively, have an item for Beast Ball. Either player can, like, you know, think of it like a fossil card, like an Almanite Helix fossil thing. If you play Beast Ball, search the top, I don't know, maybe just say 7 cards like a Great Ball. Search the top 7 cards of the deck and look for an Ultra Beast and put it on your bench. Now, of course, Ultra Beast in this case would have to be something different than Pokemon, otherwise you could just use a Great Ball for that, right? But I keep saying I would love to see the whole game get changed up a little bit and switched around by including Ultra Beast as something other than just standard Pokemon cards. So there's a couple ideas for some item cards. Was there anything else I was thinking of? There's so many possibilities for like item cards and stadium cards and like just trainer cards in general. So I'm giving you a few ideas of my own. Just leave your answer down below. What kind of trainer card would you like to create and what effect would it have in the game? And just leave the hashtag QOTD, of course, in the comment, and you have a chance to win this code card as well as the other one from Phantom Forces. I'll be pulling in just a moment. And now let's do the standard pack trick, which I do remember. My friend Alex was telling me about how to do the pack trick for Sun and Moon and Guardians Rising. Hopefully, I'm going to remember that next time I open one of those packs. We'll have to see what happens. I might just have to review my video beforehand and see what did I do to make it work. Alright, all that rambling aside, we're going to start with the cards of Plusle. Of course, going for the common cards first. We've got Trapinch, we've got ourselves a Slackoth, there is Cubchoo, and a Skorupi. Uncommon cards beginning with a Watchog. We've got Fighting Stadium, Pancham. Reverse foil card is a Super Scoop Up, and the rare card of the pack is going to be a Hypno. You know, when you look at Hypno, I've said this before, with his head turned down, or I should say his or her, I think it's male because of how short the mane is, but in that image with the head down, does that look like a mustache to anyone else? Kind of looks like a mustache to me. Anyway, that being aside, that's what I got from that pack. Now let's find the reverse secret foil ultra rare versus Seeker in this pack. I know that didn't come out till the Primal Clash set. I don't care. I just want to get a versus Seeker. They're pretty cool. And from what I've heard, they're quite valuable as well. Alright, so this is the code card for that, off to the side. Until Sunday, of course, we do the drawing. Let's do this pack trick. And common cards. We start off with our Bunnelby. We've got a Zubat, Gulpin, a Skarmory, and a Frillish. Uncommon cards beginning with a Wabafet versus Seeker. No, I got a Robo Substitute versus Seeker. We got Roller Skates. Reverse foil versus Seeker. Venonat. The rare card is Talonflame. Now, it's not the Gale Wings Talonflame, but it's a Talonflame. Still very cool. It could evolve up, of course, Break Evolution into Talonflame Break, if you so choose, if you have that card as well. So that's what I got out of my card packs. Not really too much to write home about, I guess. Hopefully, you folks out there have a better chance with either of these two code cards for Pokemon TCG Online by answering that question of the day, and I'll draw the names, of course, on May 14th. Question, once again, is, if you could create a new trainer card in Pokemon TCG, what would it be? The sky's the limit. The sky feels the limit, so to speak. So just leave that answer down below. Hashtag QOTD. Have a chance to win one of those code cards. I'm going to do the drawing on this coming Sunday. But that's going to be a wrap for today's video. That's all I have planned for today. I'm going to wait until tomorrow to get the Pokemon Yellow Randomized Nuzlocke up. So I guess the tentative schedule for this week is going to be, definitely I want to have a Pokemon Yellow Randomized Nuzlocke episode tomorrow. I'm thinking Wednesday will probably be the interview with that player I mentioned, the regional, what would you call it? Regional attendee, I guess. Regional hopeful champion of our local area, Heroes Beacon Pokemon League. Thursday we'll probably have our next Pokemon TCG Online video. I haven't yet assembled a deck for the Guardians Rising, but I gotta start doing some trades, try to get some of those Pokemon GX that I want to use. I also gotta decide which Pokemon GX do I want to start with. I have an idea in mind. I did mention sort of an idea I had in the first Sun and Moon Guardians Rising Standard video I put up, but we'll see what cards I can get. And Friday we'll have another Pokemon Yellow Randomized Nuzlocke. Probably have one on Sunday as well. As for Friday, I might be looking to do some online Wi-Fi battling with Sun and Moon, because I'd like to sort of have at least one video of each different kind of a series that we have going on the channel every week. So video game, TCG, our playthrough of like the randomizer, and of course news, and we're gonna have an interview this week as well, which is a little bit different schedule change up here on the channel. But with all that, we are now done. Oh, before I go, I do want to mention there was a special event in Pokemon Go this past weekend. It's over as of today, around, I don't know what time, but it's going to be done today, so there's really no reason to mention it. But there was a lot of Grass-type Pokemon out and about. There was a sudden influx of new Grass-type species. I got myself enough candy for a Meganium, haven't evolved yet. I got myself enough candy for a Sunflora, again, haven't evolved yet. I'm waiting to, I might even record all these evolutions live in the next Pokemon Go video that I do to kick things off, because I've got so many new species coming up. I'm 10 candies away from evolving into a Dragonite, my first. I've got enough candy now to get a Scizor, very cool. And I've got enough candy now for my Gloom Russo to evolve into Blossom. So I've got a lot of potential evolutions for the next Pokemon Go video. Just a matter of when I record it, and if there's anything amazing I can mention, different events going on in the game. Or, actually, leave another comment on this if you're interested. Do you enjoy just my regular casual Pokemon going and just seeing my adventures day to day in Pokemon Go? Because I could just record my usual taking over this gym, heading over getting this Pokemon, hitting this Pokestop. I think I said last time too, I do want to do a video where I talk more about the landmarks here in town, and because I still have to go back to the Fiddlehead and read that plaque. It was covered in snow last time I was there. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens with Pokemon Go, but we've got a lot of evolutions coming up. I'm going to make sure to record that for the next video. But, again, we are done. So once again, thanks for watching today's news update video thingy, everybody. I don't know why I'm pointing at you like that, but I should say thanks for watching today's video. And if you enjoyed it, of course, feel free to drop a like down below. You can also check out some more videos that I have done here on the channel during some links, or thanks to some links during the outro. And if you're not subscribed to the channel for weekly Pokemon news update video thingies or daily content otherwise, such as I mentioned, TCG, we got Sun and Moon, we got Yellow Randomizer Nuzlocke going on as well, feel free to subscribe. There's a link to that during the outro as well. But we are now done. Once again, thanks for watching today's video. Professor Chaz is now signing off, and as always, I will catch you next time.